picking up where I left off, Chosen that came out in 2012, and that was very much a reaction on my part to the zombie craze. There were so many zombie stories that were out, zombies, and I wanted to take a different spin on it. And that's kind of I've done this before, where I kind of look at an existing monster archetype and I decide to spin it off in a different direction. And so what I did with the Brethren, who are the undead antagonists of Chosen, they are undead, but they still have the capacity to reason. It's just that their reason is in the service of a particular entity, which I won't mention in the context of the story. And I think I like that aspect of them. They are, somebody who becomes one of the Brethren. They still outwardly look like who they are, but they are devoid of their, it could be kind of a pod person kind of vibe. As the people in this town deal with it. And I will freely admit that I was heavily influenced by Salem's Lot, which I read as a kid by Stephen King. I loved Salem's Lot. I still think it's one of his best. And so that idea of a small town, in this case, instead of an idyllic New England town, it's in my case, it's a Rust Belt, Pennsylvania town, getting overrun by evil, and how the breathers, as the humans, the ordinary humans, come to be called. There's breathers and there's brethren. So you have the two factions, the undead brethren and the human breathers. There's a ragtag group of breathers who are trying to save their town, trying to fight this evil. And again, it is my purest horror story. It's got cosmic horror elements, which again become revealed through the passage of time. I've had readers react very strongly to the monster, the puppet master, if you will, behind all of this mayhem in the town. It's really, well, you can see it on the cover. Really, it's there to be seen. So, it's it's more like when you're going to get to see that thing, versus if. And I think I was able to capture both the spirit of Rust Belt living and also just take a new spin on the zombie takeover. Because I don't find zombies very interesting, because they're mindless. In this, they're not mindless. They're more like pod people, in the sense that they retain their functionality but have lost their humanity. And this came out in 2012, and I look at it kind of in our current climate, let's just say that way, and think that the manifestation of people who have lost their humanity is a very existential threat. And so I know I was vibing a lot of stuff again back in 2012 when it came out, and I wrote it before then, 2011. It's prescient. There are aspects that are certainly very real everyday kind of experience what we have now, which might be too much for some readers, maybe, I don't know. But the capacity of resisting that, the very human resistance to that, I think can still resonate with readers today. It's a dark story. That's what a horror story should be, yeah. And I still have a lot of fondness for Chosen. I don't think at the time a lot of people were ready for like thoughtful zombies, or at least zombies that were not just wandering, mindless things. I think there's still, the Brethren are for me, very interesting, because they're just terrifying. I find them terrifying. I absolutely tapped into cult mechanics, how cults operate and how they function. Because one could easily look at the Brethren and see them as a cult. There's a particular leader of the cult, an ostensible leader, and there's who they are all truly serving. So as a glimpse into that kind of world, I think Chosen accomplishes that. It does reflect, in my opinion, the peril of American society where we're at. And I think readers who might like that, if you like undead stuff, if you even like Lovecraftian stuff, you might enjoy this. I think it's a worthwhile journey chosen.